Let me ask you something. What if one of the world's most popular fruits, yep, the banana, could actually pose a hidden risk for people over 60? It's a question most of us have probably never even thought to ask. But today, we're going to dive right into it.
I mean, for years, we've all heard it called the perfect fruit. But what if that perfection isn't universal? What if it totally depends on who's eating it, and maybe when in their life they're eating it? We're about to unpack whether this idea is actually a myth for a huge part of the population.
And you can totally see why, right? They're everywhere, they're affordable, and for generations they've been the poster child for healthy eating advice. They just seem like such a simple, no-brainer choice for getting those daily nutrients in.
Okay, so let's start with that super common habit, a banana a day. It sounds harmless. I mean, it even sounds beneficial, but as we're about to see, for some folks, this daily routine really deserves a much closer look.
And here's the twist. That simple, seemingly healthy habit could be contributing to a silent, hidden risk. Now, this isn't about scaring anyone away from the fruit aisle. It's all about understanding how our amazing bodies change as we get older. This brings us right to the heart of the matter, the potassium paradox. It's a really fascinating idea where a nutrient that is absolutely essential, something our bodies need to function, can actually become a problem when the balance gets thrown off.
So, the official medical term for this imbalance is simply high potassium. It's exactly what it sounds like. There's more of this mineral in your blood than your body can safely handle. But wait, how does this even happen from just eating fruit?
Okay, this slide breaks it down perfectly. It all starts out simply enough. You eat a banana. When you're younger, your healthy kidneys are like super efficient filters, and they just get rid of any excess potassium. But, and here's the catch, as we age, that filtration system can naturally start to slow down, so the kidneys can't keep up, and that extra potassium begins to build up in the bloodstream.
Now, here's what's so tricky about this whole thing. A lot of the time, this buildup is completely silent. You might not feel a thing until the levels get dangerously high. And when symptoms do show up, they can be really easy to brush off as just getting older. You know, things like muscle weakness or feeling tired all the time. But more serious signs, like an irregular heartbeat, can also pop up.
So, and this is a crucial point, this is not just about that one banana you had for breakfast. The real risk comes from a combination of factors that can kind of create a perfect storm for this silent buildup of potassium.
Let's be crystal clear about something. The banana is not the villain in this story. The real issue is all about context. It's about your age, your overall health, any medications you might be on, and your diet as a whole. It's the big picture that really truly matters.
And this is where that bigger picture comes into focus. You've got these three key factors that can work together. First, that natural slowdown in kidney function we just talked about. Second, a lot of common medications for things like blood pressure or heart health can actually make the body hold on to more potassium. And third, if your diet is already full of high potassium foods, well, that just adds more fuel to the fire.
I mean, think about how easily this can happen. A banana in your oatmeal, maybe a smoothie with avocado in it for lunch, and then some potassium-rich veggies for dinner, like potatoes or spinach. Individually, they're all great for you, but together, they can push your total daily intake higher than what your body can comfortably handle.
Okay, so that's the what and the why. Now let's get to the good stuff, the solution. And this is not about restriction. It's about making smart, empowered choices because you know your options.
Yeah, this chart is super helpful. On the left, you've got some of those higher potassium fruits, but just look at the right. There's a whole list of delicious, nutrient-packed alternatives. Swapping a banana for a crisp apple or a handful of fresh berries is such a simple change, but it can make a real difference. And you're not sacrificing flavor or nutrition at all.
And that really is the fundamental message here. We're not trying to create a list of good and bad foods. The whole point is to just be aware and to make choices that are in sync with what your body needs right now, not what it needed 20 or 30 years ago.
So, you're probably asking, okay, how do I actually do that? Well, here's your toolkit. It's all about having the right information. Pay attention during your routine checkups and look at your blood work. Don't be afraid to ask about your potassium levels specifically. And most importantly, just have an open conversation with your doctor about your diet. They can give you advice that's tailored just for you.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and talk about the big takeaway. Because this really isn't just about bananas. It's about a much broader and, frankly, more important principle for lifelong health.
And it's this. Our bodies are not static. The diet that was perfect for you when you were 30 is probably not the perfect diet for you at 70. Health requires us to adapt.
We have to be willing to go back and revisit our old rules and adjust them as we move through life.
You know, I absolutely love this quote because it just nails it. True wellness is not about cutting things out and living in fear of certain foods. It is all about being aware of your body, understanding what it needs, and making choices from a place of knowledge and empowerment.
And let's never forget why this matters. These aren't just little dietary tweaks for the sake of it. These are the kinds of small, informed choices that help protect your energy, support your heart health, and ultimately help you safeguard your independence for years and years to come.
So, we'll leave you with this little question to chew on. What other long-held health truths in your own life might be due for a second look? Thanks for tuning in.